of us who are watching it live. So please, after reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description as well. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. I mean, you can see many of you already like used to greeting yourselves when you come into the temple. That's great. But please remember, like it and share it as well. So invite your friends and your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun is live and let us talk. For those of you who are regulars on Maiyegun's Diary Political, happenings from every corner of Nigeria, as much as they are, even if they are just slightly public, will be very much amplified to bring more awareness to the sufferings, the real victims who are humans, the victims of all these violent attacks. And talking about Kwara, talking about Kogi, talking about Enugu, Benue, Plateau, Katsina, Niger, this other one, Zamfara, Borno, and you keep going and going. Just put all these states in your as your keywords when you are like searching for the killings in Nigeria. You have lots of evidence on there. I mean, sorry, out there. So Kwara has been bleeding for a very long time now. Kwara is one of the states in Nigeria where the steady coordinated killings of the locals, most especially by the Fulani terrorists, yeah, happen to be one of the states where these stories have been successfully, suppressed, where all these happenings have been so suppressed that today, some, as usual, like the reaction to Yelwata in Benue, right? Where everybody was like, how could that happen? That was, you know what I mean? But there are killings there almost every day until when the media suddenly were like, oh, this is the story of Kwara, especially Kwara South, that is mostly populated by the Gominas, the Nupes, Yorubas, and other, yeah, generally. And some of them have suffered for a very long time. They have suffered these attacks that sort of have prevented them from going to their farms, going to their markets. They've been crying out there. And nobody actually listened. But these were like smaller communities. So these communities now put together, like many of you would advise, why can't the people defend themselves? This is what happened in this uh, Kwara South part of Kwara State, especially where it is like their hotbed, right? So Oke-Ode, Babanla, and all these surrounding communities who have suffered these Fulani terrorist attacks came together and they formed their own local security vigilantes and they became very successful. You know what I mean? Like they started pushing the terrorists back, but the attack didn't really stop per se, right? It got to a stage where majority of the smaller communities, people from the smaller communities started moving to a place they believed is more or less like bigger and more crowded that these terrorists won't come to. And where they start, that's the Oke-Ode that is now trending as we speak, right? Their governor on his own, for so many who have openly criticized him or called him out, seems to be more interested in Ilorin, that outside Ilorin, people are saying, right, like they are not really the priorities of the government. It's obvious. So all these cries, everything, the government, whenever they responded, they would debunk the story. But this particular one seemed like they can't. And again, from this same Oke-Ode area, when the terrorists threatened to attack them, there were those who ran, who kind of packed and left in fear. That video is on Maiyegun's Diary Political. And this was just like about a month ago. So these attacks continued. The place they felt like impenetrable, that the terrorists would think twice. Oke-Ode and other closer who are like more closer to this Oke-Ode. You know what they did? They just came on Sunday. That was yesterday morning. They came and like an operation that you can call coordinated operation. They went to a community, slaughtered their own village head. Then the next thing they went for these vigilantes, those who are providing local security. They slaughtered 15 of them. That was what thrown everybody into serious panic that, oh, that means Oke-Ode is not safe as well. And from that moment, that panic in that large scale got to the social media where people are seeing people running away, telling their stories. Because in the process, the governor sent his representative. I think they said, the senior special advisor to the governor on security or something went there with some DSS and some military officers to this Oke-Ode. When they pointed to the direction where these terrorists are mostly located, the military told them, or the guys told them that they have not received the order to proceed. In that same breath, the state government published an image in which Nigeria media just ran with it. An image that was an extract published by the Nigerian army few months back as their operation in bombing Boko Haram in Borno. Kwara state government published that Nigeria Air Force just flew to uh, these restive communities where these terrorists were, right? And they dropped bombs on them. And the Nigerian media ran with it. Everybody ran with it. Yeah, they've bombed them. But people on ground were like, no, we haven't seen anything. There's actually no real sign. The most we have seen or heard from government is that the guys they sent didn't receive the order to proceed. So the entire space is now saturated with misinformation, propaganda, and all of that, mostly sponsored by the APC. That's another story, though, in this particular story. But in all of this, there are real victims, true victims. A woman was seen crying in a video where she said her husband had been killed, and her husband's brother was also killed. And she was lying down there calling on the government, like, look, they've, killed my beloved people. Why is this happening? Now, you know something? When you look at the criminals in power, I think that is what I'm going to say next. But here, like I said, there are real victims, the victims that are going to be lost in all of this. You all know what happened in Yewata. You all know what has been happening everywhere. You know what is happening in Hamufu and all these areas where people have become victims of these coordinated attacks. The motive, a lot of people have given the reasons why they are doing this. But at the end of the day, the people that are supposed to protect you, right, are basically not seeing it the way you are feeling it. So Tifnumbu, there is no any religious killings in Nigeria. There is no, all that stuff. That's why I went to say in Owerri. But we'll get to that part. Here, the victims, as many of them were packed and they were running away from their communities because these terrorists have told them that not only that they have killed these 15 security guys and others, they are coming back again. When they come back, they will level the entire town to dust. What is their offense? They put up a defense against those who invaded them at will, right? And they succeeded in pushing back. This pushback that was supposed to actually have the support of government who have the real and true resources to fight them, right? Was not provided. So the pushback, the support was not provided. So what happened next is the panic in the land. Women, children, elderly, those who have lost their loved ones, those who could pick wherever they could pick, they are running to another safer land, just as you have seen all over the country in the last 10 years. It happened in Niger State as well. Oh, I've got video for that. But let's first go to Oke-Ode, the centerpiece of these attacks, and other areas, as the victims are also sharing their personal experiences and not just what the media tells you that happened. Here, the first, give me a second. So, Oke-Ode.
Kwara! Wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀ o. Bí ilé yẹn kámẹ́rà mi wo kámẹ́rà ara mi o. Ìjọba Kwara wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀. Wọ́n ti pa mí lọ́kọ̀ o. Ìjọba Kwara àwọn DSS gbé bọ̀ fáwọn méjì aláwọ̀ gbàbọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọdẹ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi o. Wọ́n ti pọkọ mi, ọkọ mi lọ lé ni o. Ọkọ mi bọ̀ wá lé ni o. Ọkọ mi dẹ́kẹrẹ ajé wọn fọ́ gíláàsì mọ́tò wọn pa àbúrò wọn pẹ̀gbọ́n. Wọ́n tún pọkọ àbúrò rẹ̀. Ìjọba Kwara àwọn méjìlá àti ìgbẹ́kú olè èèyàn 14 náà pa o. Ọdẹ bíi 10 ti kú. Wọ́n sì ti gbé èèyàn lọ́gbọ̀kọ̀ àtìyàwó lọ. Ẹ rí mi báyìí o. Oke-Ode la wà. Oke-Ode ti tún tú lọ o. Stéṣọ̀ Oke-Ode la wà. Ọkàn àwọn ọlọ́pàá gùn balẹ̀ kò sí tágbà àwọn ká. Ẹ rí mi báyìí, ọkọ mi mo jókòó tì yìí. Ìsọ̀nà ni wọ́n lè sá fún. Yìí lè sá fún ọkọ mi, ẹ wọ ọkọ mi lẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ wọ ọkọ mi, ẹ wọ ọ̀rẹ́ ọkọ mi. Ẹ rí wọn lẹ̀lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin kíní yìí ìjọba Kwara kò ní dá fún yín. Ẹ̀yin nu Ọlọ́run. Gómìnà wa dákẹ́ wá rán DSS olókìní tán ní kóló. Kóló kọ́tà alálẹ́ ní kọ́tà ọmọ kọjá. Alálẹ́. Toru ìjà tó máa ti kọjá bá wọn lọ ṣiṣẹ́ níbì kan. Toru ní kọ́pítà máa ń kọjá ọ̀sán gan-an wáyé o. Aago 7 àárọ̀ náà wáyé o. Aago 7 àárọ̀. Ẹ rí báyìí. Ẹ rí mi báyìí o.
Àdèmí pọ̀ sí wàhálà. A fẹ́ kí ìjọba rí orúkọ mi ní alẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀ ṣáìdì láti gbàjà. A fẹ́ kí ìjọba rí nǹkan tó ń ṣe wá because a ti ń pariwo. Ó dàbí tán gbọ́. There was a time tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ti bàbá ńlá tó wà láòdì tí ògbó wọ́ọ̀dù ń lò. Wọ́n kó security wá. Security wá ní Oke-Ode wọn jẹun fún èmọ́ọ̀tì lásán without anything wọ́n padà. Àwọn ń tà láti ń tàbí àwọn security kan. Alágbára àwọn ò ká wọn pé àwọn sójà àwọn tó wá ní wọn fáwọn lọ́dà. Wọ́n ṣe kó instrument kọjá tí ó gbó ìlú tó kọjá náà lọ́sẹ̀ padà sí kan ti wá.
Alánà ó tó di pé wọ́n ṣe ìkọlù sí àwọn vigilante a gbọ́ wípé àwọn sójà tó ń ṣe ààbò fún ìlú Oke-Ode wọn síbẹ̀ ní àkókò náà ṣé òótọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí.
Òótọ́ ni wọ́n ti withdraw wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ tún wá withdraw ìbọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn local.
Kí nìdí tí àwọn fi àwọn sójà nígbà yẹn.
We don't know. Even let's be realistic. Àwọn chairmen wa local government chairman 7 local government chairman la ní lórí Kwara South. Àwọn tó ti sú wọn because wọn rí support.
No,
àwọn lọ́ba látọ̀dọ̀ government.
Ẹjọ́ brother.
Wọ́n ṣe camouflage fún wọn ni.
Brother ìjọ lẹ́jọ́ ìta yìí chairman ìfẹ́lódún local government ó sọ pé àwọn Fẹ́mi Sùúrù ó náwọn enjoy full autonomy. So ó wáyé alẹ́ pé wọ́n sọ pé ó ti sú wọn. When you are enjoying the food,
wait my brother. Wọ́n make order with a great knowledge to go out to gbìyànjú. Wọ́n make order. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá ilẹ̀ gómìnà aláàlá ní gómìnà ṣe. We appreciate the effort of our Kwara South chairman.
Yorùbá.
I appreciate the akitiyan àwọn chairman wa ní Kwara South wọ́n fẹ́ gbìyànjú inú wọn náà dẹ̀ dùn sí. Kò dẹ̀ sí èèyàn kẹfà pa báyìí àbí tó mú yìí táwọn chairman ni òkè lọ́wọ́ torí ẹ̀ so wọ́n try but kìíní yìí ju agbára àwọn chairman local government lọ ó ju agbára state government lọ a ní ìdí help federal government kan help wa kan ó ju agbára sí ìyẹn. I want to come in on that helicopter issue. Ọlọ́run ló dààmú wa lórí helicopter tó ló wà yẹn ìgbà tó máa pa Ìjàgùn nígbàjà Lukman Ìjàgùn nígbàjà that very day náà helicopter ṣe ń wá bí a week nìyẹn. At the end of the day wọ́n padà tán bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn pa àdìgbà tó ti pa báyìí náà ti rí bí penetrate wọ gbogbo ilẹ̀ èdè wọ́n ti wá sí wọ́n pa àwọn alágbára wa kankan tó bá ti rí báyìí náà lọ ń pa káàkiri láwọn great soldiers ọpọlọ rẹ bá kọ́lé Wọ́n ti pa Àdìsálàmù, wọ́n pa àwọn mínú àwọn pólíò sọ́jà. Gbogbo tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ìjọba àmọ́ wọ́n pa bí nǹkan ṣe máa bí kọ́pítà ṣe máa ń fò ní. Because ní stéètì kan ṣé ó yìí sì ó hàn kí ní ìníròdù náà ṣé ó yìí sì kí kọ́pítà máa fò kíjọba máa mọ̀ sí i. Àbí irú stéètì wo la wà yìí? Ọ̀rọ̀ tó yìnbọn.
Tí ẹ mú jáde ní àárọ̀ yìí nílùú Ìbàdàn.
Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìfẹ́lódùn Kwara South generally àwọn bandits wọ́n terrorize wa gan. Wọ́n dẹ̀ fún wa ní sleepless night. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè sùn, kò sẹ́ni tó lè gbélé mọ́. Wàhálà yìí wá pọ̀ débi pé àwa youth throughout Kwara South à ń try láti communicate à ń pera wa. Láti bí 3 days bàbá ńlá wọ́n ti spoil gbogbo ẹ̀. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tó wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n á fún wa ní information pé mọ́tò Dangote tó ń lọ lójoojúmọ́ òrékè yẹn ń sìn ó ti tú bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́tò Dangote dẹ̀ ń lọ bẹ̀. Mọ́tò Dangote yẹn wọn ò mú àwọn driver àwọn kan kidnap wọn kí Dangote máa san mílíọ̀nù. Àwọn èèyàn wa tó ń dáko tán ní 1,000 lọ́wọ́ àwa náà ń jí gbé. Mọ́tò Dangote yẹn àwa discover pé òun ló ń gba ransom tó ń gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn ló lọ ń deposit ẹ̀ sákàǹtì àwọn kidnapper. Mọ́tò Dangote yẹn náà ló tún ń ra ammunition wọlé fáwọn kidnapper. Àwọn decide bílù ti wà lẹ́ni nígbàjà Home of Island nírèsé àti blọọkù títì mọ́tò Dangote kankan ò ní wọnú gbàjà lẹ́ni látẹ̀ni lọ adẹ̀ ti gba ọ́dà látọ̀dọ̀ chairman wa Honourable Fẹ́mi Yusuf Ìfẹ́lódùn local government chairman àti gba ọ́dà lọ́dọ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ ká gba ọ́dà lọ́dọ̀ wọn àbá wọn jà lákàn ń dá wọn padà ní gbogbo tó bá wù kán kó dání tó lágbára wa ò ká wọn. Fídíò tàdé ń ṣe yìí a fi ń pe àwọn alágbára Nàìjíríà tó sínú ìbàjẹ́ kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Kwara South tún sunkún ó ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa ó ń jí àwọn èèyàn wa gbé ẹ ṣàánú wa ẹ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ o.
Ẹ wo aláyé ẹ wo àwọn èèyàn ló kó sínú ọkọ̀ yìí wọ́n ń lọ márùwá gbogbo ẹ̀ àti ṣe wàhálà àti táyà àti ṣe wàhálà ṣe wo àwọn èèyàn ti sákú òǹlù wọ́n ti sákú òǹlù o wọ́n ti sákú òǹlù ẹ wo àwọn èèyàn ọmọ skul gbogbo wọn.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Nanoku, a community under Patigi local government, Kwara State, Nigeria. We are the members of this community, and as you can see, nobody in this community, everybody has fled for his or her life, for the safety of their lives. Everybody has left the community. As you can see, the status at which the community is now is devastating, because nobody in this community, as you can see, this community has the capacity of about over 1,000 people, and as you can see, you cannot find a single person in this community. Everybody has left because bandits and kidnappers are coming in day after day to terrorize us and kidnap people. As you can see, currently 3 of our members are in their custody. They are demanding for hundreds of millions for them to free those that are in their custody. As you can see, this is our church. This church has capacity of more than 1,000 people, and as you can see, no single person in this church today. Today is Sunday, and no single person in the community that will go into the church and pray, because everybody has left. As you can see, this community is devastating day after day. About 10 days ago, they have been running for their lives. Some people do come in the daylight. They will come and take care of their farm product. But now you cannot even go to farm. You could not go to farm because they will come into your farm and kidnap you, and they will be demanding for ransom of hundreds of millions. Please, we are pleading to the government of Kwara State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the chairman of Patigi local government that they should come to our aid and rescue us from the hands of these people. Because as you can see, many of our farm products are...
Everybody is running away, as you can see. Everybody, but Nigeria is not at war. A country where traditional rulers said they use student visa to Japa in this under Kolu. But this is what I wanted to say before that video, right? You know, normally people will say if the president of the country is a Yoruba man, all these things can never be happening.